most of my personality is just things I'm obsessed with. I'm just a little bit of a loner. I have a metaphobia. He was in my friend group in year 11 and that's kind of how we met. Hello, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a reintroducing myself just because I feel like I've been on this channel a year. I feel like it's time. Obviously the beginning of your channel is never up to standard and I've got a new camera, so I feel like this is what you should be seeing when you come back to my channel, not the first video I made. So I'm Sienna, I'm 18, I turned 19 on November the 15th, so not long at all. So I am a Scorpio. I have just finished my A-levels, so I've got notes here to go by. I did psychology, sociology and law. I got BCC. If you haven't seen my reaction, go see it, but it is not a great reaction. I was going to go uni to study psychology with child development and I actually dropped out. I just decided it's not the route I want to take. I love doing my social media and I will always do it as far as I'm aware. I want to continue doing it and I want to take it seriously. So I want to do that. And yeah, if I end up going down the psychology route one day, I will. I'm very, very open to doing online courses and open uni. For now, I've started driving, I'm getting out the house and just living my life really as a 18-year-old because life will never be so relaxed as it is right now. I have 6 siblings, 2 from my dad's side and 4 from my mum's side. So I live with my mum's side. Obviously I don't really see the side of my dad's. 15-year-old brother, a 14-year-old sister, a 2-year-old sister and an 8-month-old brother. I come from, I'd say, a fairly big family. It doesn't feel like it because there's such a gap between my sister and my younger sister that it feels like my mum's had kids once and then she's had kids again, so it feels like honestly like almost 2 different generations of children. But I started this channel a year ago and I did do YouTube before, but we don't talk about that. I was like 13, I was filming on my phone. There's nothing wrong with filming on your phone, but when you're filming on your phone you're like 12, 13 years old and you think you can get famous when the videos you're making are absolute bollocks. Not good. By the way, I film on a Sony ZV-1 if anyone's wondering. It's great. I only got it last month and I'm loving it. I love this camera. Honestly, like the quality is incredible. I couldn't fault it. I spent £570, but that was on Prime Day. So if you want to go get a camera, your best bet is waiting to Black Friday. I live in South England and I've actually never been out of England. I felt the furthest I've literally been is Skegness. I have lived in 11 different houses and yes, I'm 18. So I moved here 4 years ago, meaning by the age of 14 I had been in 11 houses. Honestly, it does not feel like we've moved loads. Obviously we have for my age, but I don't feel as if we're constantly moving. When you're in that period, it doesn't feel like it's short. A bit about me growing up. I was a massive One Direction fan, fat One Direction fan. Like, I went to their concert in 2015. If they reunited, I'd be one of them girls that would be like screaming, throwing up, jumping up and down, getting them tickets. I was a Tinkerbell girl. You got Disney girls, but I was Tinkerbell. I was Tinkerbell through and through. That's like the only films that I really got obsessed with as a child. If I had to pick a Disney film, it would be Tangled. I loved the colour pink. I still do, but you know when you get to a certain age and you think, ugh, I don't like pink anymore, like that's like my childhood colour. Obviously some people like go through the same thing. They just think, no, I've grown out of it, and I've actually realised I've not grown out of it. I still love pink. My carpet, my walls, my bed, my curtains, everything was pink. I have a boyfriend. He's briefly, very briefly been on this channel, but we are still going. I've been with him for nearly 2.5 years. It's our anniversary in April. Since year 11, which is mad because if you think like how young and like immature you are in year 11 in comparison to obviously when you're 18, it's mad. You wouldn't think, oh, because 18's still young, you wouldn't think like there's a lot of difference. Like, we've matured so much and changed in so many different ways and gone through life events. Like, he went to college, I went to sixth form, and then he's been working. It's been different. It's very different when you and your boyfriend take like 2 different courses. It's just madness. You're at an age where you've got so much ahead of you, so you just don't know how life's going to pan out. It's so scary. Like, physical touch is my love language, and through and through, like, it's my love language. So I would have suffered so bad, honestly, to the point where I think our relationship would have been at a little bit of a, it would have been strained, definitely, because distance make the heart grow fonder, but distance also ruins, like, it would ruin my communication, and I would just shut down. Tense situation, or if I'm annoyed or if I'm upset, I shut down. So my communication becomes off. And obviously, imagine I was in a different county. He was in my friend group in year 11, and that's kind of how we met. I was the initiator throughout a lot of our relationship. I kissed him first. Like, go me, I have the balls. I'm a Pepsi Max girl through and through. You've got Coke, Pepsi, I am Pepsi Max. I will accept full fat Coke on occasion with food, with hot food. Like, if you order a takeaway and they've only got Coke, I'm happy with that. I have a metaphobia, and I honestly cannot wait to hopefully one day get over it. And I do think, like, I guess the biggest thing that can help you get over that probably would be like pregnancy. There's no other situation where you're really going to get any exposure therapy unless you have a bug, which obviously is horrible. Unless, I guess, because when you're pregnant, it's for, like, you know, you're thrown up for a good reason. I guess it might take away some of that fear. Once I am sick, I feel okay. Like, when I'm actually throwing up, I guess before it's the unknown. You forget what it feels like, you might forget what it tastes like, you might forget what it smells like, everything. But as soon as you're sick, you're like, you remember it. But midway through being sick, I just get annoyed. I just want it to be over. After I'm sick, I'm like, that wasn't nearly as bad as my anxiety made it out to be. But as soon as that happens, if I'm sick again, I get that anxiety all over again. It is a vicious cycle, and it's physical. Like, I can't help it. Like, my body physically goes into shock, and it starts shaking. I start sweating. I start feeling like I'm going to be sick because of anxiety makes you more sick. I could go on for days about that, but it's just horrible. Alongside that, I do have a bit of health anxiety that's very much come on recently. Like, my health anxiety recently has been awful, but I think that's because I've also had results that have come back that are a bit, you know? So, we'll see. But my health anxiety is honestly awful. Like, I convince myself every other day that I have cancer. It's not good. I have chronic fatigue. So this is still being investigated, and I don't know if it's something autoimmune. No one really knows what's going on with me. So I have chronic fatigue, and I've had it since 2019, the beginning of, and it has just not gone away. It is the same all day, every day, 24/7. It doesn't get worse unless I am moving. Like, if I'm sat down and laying down, I still have it very much there. I get tired a lot easier than everyone else. Like, if I go on a walk, it exhausts me. If I stand up, it exhausts me. If I go to the shop, it exhausts me. If I go up the stairs, I get heart palpitations. You know, I just get very, very, very exhausted very, very, very quickly. My dream job and career is social media, honestly. I've always wanted to do this ever since I started subscribing to Zoe and Alfie. Zoella and Alfie were my childhood YouTubers. I feel like YouTube has really come back. YouTube went away a little bit. I think because of TikTok, it really just kind of slowly made its way down. But it's come back, and I'm loving long form content. I adore it, and I love doing my makeup and just having YouTubers in the background. I just want to be that person that people watch when they're doing their makeup or they're doing their hair. I want to be that one. My favourite film ever is Dirty Dancing. I love it so much. I also loved It Ends With Us. I did a Get Ready With Me in a review on it, but ultimately I loved it. Could there have been some things that I've done better? Maybe. Could there have been a better cast? Maybe. But I genuinely do think they've done it really well, and I adore that film. My music taste. I adore music, okay? I absolutely adore it. I feel it. Like, I'm such an emotional, like, music person. Like, I can listen to a sad song and it will make me cry. But my actual taste in music is so all over the shop. Like, it is crazy. I'm here for Bring the Horizon. I'm here for Pierce the Veil. I'm here for Nine Inch Nails. But I'm also here for Backstreet Boys. Take That. Spice Girls. Eternal. I'm here for the really, like, 80s, 90s, thousands. I'm here for Rihanna. I'm here for Adele. If I could see anyone live, apart from One Direction, Adele. Adele, Rihanna and Adele. Oh, Beyonce, love. Amy Winehouse, love. I just like so many different things. I love like party music, like thousands of party music. What you'd hear in like the club, I'd love. Recently, Tate McRae's really been, she's been bringing out music and it's amazing. I love her music. I could be a 40-year-old woman. My music taste is almost pretty much my mum's. I have 9 piercings, 2 tattoos. Yeah, I'd say this is like a few tattoos merged into one though, like there's a few there. And I want to get more. I definitely want to get more. I am such a tattoo person, but I guess they're just so permanent. And obviously the one I've got on my arm, I like, but I like it more when I'm tanned. That might just seem really shit. I think it's because it's a colour one. If you're pale, it just seems really like, ooh, there. And then the other one I have is on my neck. It's 444. I absolutely adore that one as well. 444 means protection, and I went through a lot as a child. So I just take pride in that tattoo. I love it. I overcome that trauma all by myself, and I've always had myself. I've always relied on myself. So I guess that's just a reminder that like I'll always protect my younger self as well, and I'm always protected, and everything that will be. Everything happens for a reason. I'm the pickiest eater. I've not had any type of fish apart from cod from the fish and chip shop and fish fingers. I don't like tacos. I'm really funny with pastas sometimes, like, but when I find a pasta I like, I love it. I've gone back on like, you know, when you go through that picky eater phase when you're a bit like becoming a teenager, but now I've gone back. Like, I want lasagnas, I want shepherd's pie, I want casseroles, I want roast dinners, I want all of the meals that your mum would make you when you were younger and you'd go, no. I'm such like, I love nuggets, of course, I love chicken. If I'm going to a restaurant, you bet your ass if it has chicken and chips, I'm ordering chicken and chips. I always go for my safe foods. I always go for something I like. I'll never, if I see something and I've never had it, I'm like, no thanks. Chocolate I don't like. The only chocolate I can kind of get around maybe is a Milky Way bar. Maybe a crunchy, but I've kind of gone off them as well. Our current obsession though is them random sweets, but the ice cream ones, like the pink and white ones you get in randoms. But my favourite food ever is probably donuts. Krispy Kreme Nutella donut. Oh, I love Nutella. I love Nutella and strawberries. Chocolate and strawberries. Every single time I go to Creams, you bet I'm ordering the strawberry chocolate indulgence waffle because it is incredible. There's no better combination than strawberries and chocolate. I started joining the gym in May, so I'm really inconsistent with it now though. I was really good with it, and then I stayed at someone's house and I just fell off. I have an obsession with Sims. So I've got quite a few obsessions, like if you couldn't notice. Most of my personality is just things I'm obsessed with. That is pretty much me. I'm really blunt, I'm really honest. I say it how it is a lot of the time, but I do have crippling anxiety, social anxiety. So if you met me in person, it takes a little while to get to know me and then I'll open up. But yeah, I'm a very blunt person. Like, I am just a bit to the point. Not many people like it, but here's what it is. I'm 5'9", so that scares people as well. I have a very, very, very small circle of friends. I went through the whole of sixth form with need to know friends. I spent every single break and lunch at home. I spent all my frees pretty much by myself. So I love my own company so much, and I always have. I think it's just part of me, like, always being by myself, and I've always recovered by myself with everything that I've gone through. So I guess I'm just a little bit of a loner, but I find comfort in it. I also have like ongoing depressive episodes. They come and go, different lengths of time. I've been on sertraline. All it did was make me have no tear ducts. I had no tears, no crying. Sometimes you need to cry, but I couldn't cry. It took a lot to make me cry. And now I cry like there's no fucking tomorrow. Someone shouts, I cry. Someone's stressed, I cry. Someone says a joke that I take a bit personal, I cry. That is me. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next Friday. But thank you all for all the recent support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday.